Hey guys, welcome back. It's Fuego here, and this is part 2 of how to use Elite. And so last video we called about looking at your career stats, finding clans, and etc. And so now I'm going to show you how to look for ways to compete and improve in your gameplay. So over here, when you go downward from connect from last video, you get compete. You press circle and then you go down to compete, and then you can find a program guide, enlistments, clan enlistments, and a showcase. And I'm going to display each and every one of these branches of competitiveness in Call of Duty Elite. So first we have program guide, and what this is like a whole entire list of all the lone wolf operations, clan ops, and events that are going on within Call of Duty Elite. And so over here we have events. Here we have lone wolf operations. As you can see, there's a bunch of them. We have 5 lone wolf operations. I'm sorry, that are happening within, I believe, 5 days. And so this one over here is free for all. This one over here is core team deathmatch. All these are lone wolf operations, and lone wolf operations are things you do by yourself, whether you're in a clan or whether you're by yourself, as long as you have premium, I believe. I'm not sure. Anyway, you have clan ops to your right, and that you need a clan for, as well as elite premium. Now clan ops works like this. They take the top 6 competitors in your clan. Whenever a clan ops is selected from your from your clan leader, he has to enlist in your clan ops first before you even compete. You don't want to be like, oh, we're hype about this clan ops, let's do this. You're there 3 hours gaming, I don't know, core domination, capturing flags and everything, playing your hardest, and your clan leader's like, oh, we didn't even enlist in the clan ops, and you're like, oh, come on. And so, you know, that's very very disappointing. So make sure your clan leader enlists in clan ops before. As you can see, today is somewhere in the 20s. I'm sorry, I'm just brain dead right now. But there are no clan ops as of right now. Lone wolf operations, there are plenty of. There will always be lone wolf operations. I don't think there's been a day where a lone wolf operations hasn't happened yet, actually, for like the past month. So you know, that's something to do. You know, test your skills against the world. It's very easy if you put 3 hours into it. You know, you shouldn't be disappointed. The key is to get a bunch of kills and don't worry about dying. It says it itself, you know, just don't worry about dying. Put your best loadout, get all your kill streaks and whatever, but that's another story. And so we have enlistments, and that's exactly what I told you before. Make sure that you are enlisted in whatever lone wolf operations that you want to be in. Make sure you enlist first. It'll show you whenever you want to enlist in a lone wolf operation. Like, let's say I want to play in free for all. Starts in 7 hours and 51 minutes. I click X, and it says enlist now. So make sure, you know, if it's a prize competition, you're 18 or older, whatever, and you know, you click enlist now, and when that time starts, it doesn't really have a special lobby for you. You just play whatever game type it wants. So over here it's free for all, King of the Hill. And so when that time comes, you go to free for all and you play there for 3 hours. You don't go to domination, because then those kills don't count. It also shows you the leaderboards when the operation ends. Usually this takes about 2-3 hours, because a lot of people are logging on to Call of Duty Elite, and they want to see their scores. So I suggest you just wait 2 or 3 hours for your score, because then, you know, you can you don't have to buffer, or you don't have to lag, or whatever you guys want to call it. Comment section, yada yada yada. This is your showcase. Your showcase is all the trophies or the emblems that you get just from completing Lone Wolf operations and clan ops. So these are like badges or whatever. See, this is my Lone Wolf operation. I got gold over here. This, I think, was King of the Hill. This one was also King of the Hill, I think, but it was bronze. This is a bronze, you know, and these look pretty cool. Some people might not be as enthusiastic about it, but you know, the more gold you got, you know, exactly. You just can't go wrong. There's nothing wrong with winning a bronze as long as you were in there, you know. And clan ops, you know, every time your clan has a clan ops to go to, you know, you can win bronze, silver, or gold, or even champion if you're really that good, you know. Just make sure you play your hardest. So we got all gold. We got like 7 gold medals in a row, which is I think is freaking great. What is it? Sticky fingers, highest total captures, core domination. Yeah, I think that's freaking cool. 7 gold in a row. We have not had one single silver or a bronze, just all gold. You gotta go for the gold. And so the last section we have is improve. And improve shows you where you need to focus on as towards like enhancing your weapons, or which places to go to shoot out people, you know, map selection, equipment, and perks, which ones you should use, you know. So we have here maps, and there's a bunch of maps that you can choose from. So like, let's say Arcaden is like a big spot, right? It's a big German mall. It's not really that big, but you know, you may have the mall over here, and yeah, see where I'm pointing to? You may have the mall, but there are certain sections that you just don't do well at. So you review the mall, and you want to look everywhere. You want to look in the bottom section. You want to look to your right, that staircase. You know, little things like that. That, you know, you could just, boom, you could look at and like, oh, I have to do better in this than I can right over here in this section where the storage is at, you know. And even though this is free, there are a lot of ways that you can get free videos and stuff like that. And this is what I want to talk about: Elite TV. This is like, I think, more important. There's like a bunch of new things that you can see. Like, for example, Modern Warfare 3 weapons. It shows you plenty of tips to use with certain weapons, what loadouts to use them with. So right here, I'm going to actually give you a little video that you can watch. We're gonna do an AK-47. So enjoy the movie.
The AK-47 is a fully automatic assault rifle, unlocked to level 67. It's a high damage weapon, with a very long effective range. You'll kill your opponent in just 2 shots out to a considerable distance, where one of the shots is a headshot. Over the longest distances, the AK-47 will require 4 shots to the body to kill. Rate of fire is fairly slow compared to some of the other automatic assault rifles, at 690 rounds per minute. This will help preserve ammunition, but comes at the cost of performance in close quarters. Spraying from the hip is less effective with a slower rate of fire, despite the high damage. Recoil is fairly heavy, and you'll find that holding down the trigger will lead to your point of aim drifting off target. Aim time is standard for the assault rifle category at 300 milliseconds. Magazine capacity is the same as most of this weapon's peers, 30 rounds. And reload time is fairly average for an assault rifle at 2.5 seconds. Our AK-47 class is all about volume of firepower over accuracy. With its high damage and long reach, the AK can dole out a devastating amount of automatic fire. Impact is a great proficiency for a high damage automatic weapon, particularly with extended mags. You'll be able to cut through cover.
So before I replay the video or resume the video, I just wanted to show you where he showed you the proficiency that is useful. It said impact, and these videos are made so that you can enhance your weapons to the maximum abilities that you're pretty much unstoppable. Things that are little things like that show you what proficiency or what perks to use. Those are things that people need because it helps them get better. It really does. I've taken a lot of these tips into consideration, and it's really helped me in the past. Don't just use kick because you think recoil is better. How about you use speed or range proficiency? Some of these proficiencies are very, very good, or impact or attachments and stuff like that. Things like that. Don't just stay in one area and just use that gun all the time. Try different methods before you continue using the same gun over and over. You don't know what's gonna happen. You might run into a battle and you're just like, oh, this gun sucks and whatever. Trust me, I've done it all the time. Doesn't work like that. You gotta switch it up a little bit. So back to the video.
But to find and eliminate enemies lurking behind. One way to maximize firepower is through the use of extended mags in your attachment slot, granting 45 rounds instead of the default 30. This will mean you can spray down multiple targets with wild abandon, with fewer reloads needed overall. If you're content with 30 rounds and want to include a little explosive ordnance in your arsenal, the underslung grenade launcher will serve as a useful tool for clearing out entrenched enemies or clearing objectives before an assault. Scavenger is our first perk, allowing you to resupply your ammunition with the blue packs dropped by the enemy. Our second perk, Hardline, grants our point streaks 1 point early, and will work to secure your support earlier than otherwise. Steady Aim is our third perk, granting an improvement to your hipfire accuracy, making for a reasonably effective close-range defense, helping should you run into an encounter unexpectedly. The AK-47 is a devastating weapon with considerable reach, capable of tearing through opponents out to a frightening range. Precision need not be your prime concern, as sheer power and volume of fire can make up for this shortfall. However, this heavy recoil can leave you vulnerable to enemy marksmen. When facing accurate players at a longer range, you will want to ensure you're firing in bursts from a good position. Otherwise, their superior accuracy might trump your firepower. Still, it's tough to argue against the hail of deadly bullets, and when you've absolutely got to kill every member of the enemy team. Except no substitute.
So, as you can see, this guy was able to display, the best effects of the AK-47, what proficiencies and what perks to use in order to maximize the effectiveness of this gun. And one of the many good things about Elite TV and its usefulness in Call of Duty Elite is that these people are straight from the developers of Call of Duty. They know how the game works, and they know what guns are useful, with which perks to use, and stuff like that. You just can't beat that. No matter whether it's free or if it's $50, things like that are pretty good. You don't get that around in any other game. So that's one of the reasons why I paid $50 for the game. I don't see why it's such a big deal. Just pay the $50 and get very good detail. This could go even further to Black Ops 2, along with all the new maps that you get for the $50. You get a lot more stuff. Just look around in Call of Duty Elite, and you'll find something good that you can do. Especially the Clan Ops. The Clan Ops, you need to pay the $50 for. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work. You're gonna play your game, and it's like, oh, your score didn't register, and that's not really good for you, because you'll just develop this like emotion where I don't feel useful in this clan anymore, and that's not true. You just need premium. Pay the $50, get it over with. Fuego out.